Yo, 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 Big Catch back up in here. You are not, I repeat, you are not going to want to click off this video. It's about to get scary, crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. Yo, shout out to Loaster. I'm going to leave a link in the description. The big three, y'all know the big three? That's a lie. Yeah. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. We about to get into this. Y'all know I don't like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
The phrase Big Three has become a bigger part of the hip-hop conversation in the past year than it ever was before. Where people used to talk about Mount Rushmores of certain eras, the obsession has now shifted. Not just to who's in this elite club, but who exactly the one true GOAT of the class really is. Of course, we're talking about Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole. These three MCs had the perfect balance of commercial success and critical respect, earning them the title of
Man, shout out to Loaster, man.
the kings in modern day hip hop. But after the fallout from 2024's great rap civil war between Drake and Kendrick, everything's changed. And now fans are starting to question if those crown holders still deserve their spot. To others, the whole idea feels outdated or just flat out flawed, especially when there are other artists making just as much noise, if not more, than the ones we're always told are at the top. It's your boy Loaster, and this is why the Big Three is a lie. Because what started as a legendary trio might have ended in a reshuffling of the entire rap game. And today we're breaking down who fumbled, who stayed solid, and who might just be next up.
Who started the big three? Was it J. Cole? He want friends so bad. Now don't get this big three mixed up with Ice Cube basketball league. We gonna get into it.
For a long time, it was pretty much accepted as a fact of life that Kendrick, Cole, and Drake were the biggest artists in hip-hop today. While each carved out his own lane, they were the kind of artists who could bring the entire game to a halt whenever they dropped, forcing everyone to pay attention and analyze what had just gone down. And for years, this went basically unchallenged by a majority of the hip-hop community. This persisted for years, with the three of them basically being seen in the unobtainable and unequaled space that today's artists could only aspire to come close to. For the most part, the Big Three label was an unspoken truth, never directly acknowledged by the rappers themselves, but likely always lingering in the back of their minds. That is, until Drake and Cole finally put it on wax with First Person Shooter, rapping about who the real GOAT was and boldly declaring,
"Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey or me? We the big three like we started a league, but right now I feel like Muhammad Ali."
It was the first time that the trio was officially
See, somebody just turned me on to that. Somebody just turned me on to that bar. That's a little slick diss. Like, okay, we the big three, but right now I'm feeling like Muhammad Ali. I'm the champion of the rest of the two. That's how he's swinging it. He throw little shots here and there. You gotta check him out, man. He's a little slickster.
stamped in a song out in the open for the world to debate. And when it comes to Cole, it wasn't his first time addressing his place in the rap hierarchy, as he did something similar on Heaven's EP, where he acknowledged the rankings some fans had in mind. But when Jermaine called himself the Muhammad Ali of the trio, the self-proclaimed King Kendrick wasn't about to let that slide. In classic K-Dot fashion, he fired back with a now iconic line where he said,
"Motherfuck the big three, nigga, it's just big me."
And from that moment on, everything changed. From push-ups to Euphoria and Family Matters to Not Like Us, K-Dot and Drake duked it out for supremacy. And no matter who—
And y'all see, I want y'all to see something too. Now, this all hip hop. Understand how J. Cole always saying that, okay, I'm the best. But when it's time to prove it, he dip off. Now, is that because of Schoolboy Q came to the Dreamville concert and warned him that this is something more serious and he just backed up? I don't know, but he still haven't proved himself to be the guy that he portrays himself to be, which is the greatest lyrically. Just because you know how to rap some syllables and all of that, look, Dot, Dot do that. That's what he do. He been doing it for years. You see when J. Cole rap a couple syllables, everybody like, oh, he's starting to get it. He's starting to get it. But when Dot do it, it's like, yeah, I mean, that's what he do. It ain't no surprise. That's letting you know that Dot is the GOAT. That's what that's letting you know.
Who you think came out on top? One thing's clear. Right now, it's only Kendrick and Drake who seem to be actively battling for the crown. Meanwhile, the moves, or lack thereof, by the third member of the trio have people wondering if he quietly gave up his spot a long time ago. Whoever's in it, J. Cole is in it. At least, that's how a growing number of fans online see it. Comments like this one have been flooding sites like Reddit whenever the Big Three debate comes up. Although his rhymes often allude to his unparalleled pen game, Cole's words out of the booth have suggested that he's tried to take himself out of the contention for any GOAT talk repeatedly. Instead, he insists he wants to keep things friendly.
Like, nobody can really relate to that like these dudes, and I really genuinely fuck with these dudes. So like, I've been trying to, absolutely make an effort, like, as time goes on, to like strip the competition from it. Like, y'all niggas are cemented forever. You know what I mean? Like, I will hope that I'm cemented forever, and if not, I will be, when it's all said and done. In my mind, it's how my mentality is. So it's like, there's like the competition part I've stripped away, and I'm now on some shit like, man, I'm more interested in the relationship, because I also see a time when I'm not doing it.
Since then, he has continued to suggest that Drake was better than him.
Greenville Festival, if y'all don't make some noise for the motherfucking coach in Drake.
While also standing there and accepting a consultation prize speech directly from Drake.
I gotta say this just because, I don't always want to have like a heartfelt moment when we're on stage together and shit, but
Told y'all, y'all ain't even see it. Y'all ain't even see it. Dude is obsessed with people's shoulders. Check it out. Watch this. You know what? Let me expand it. I told y'all, Drake is obsessed with people's shoulders. I'm gonna make a collage one day. Y'all gonna be like, oh, I get what Big Kid's saying. I get it. Watch.
I gotta say this just because, I don't always want to have like a heartfelt moment when we're on stage together and shit, but you did that pipe down freestyle the other day, right? Right? And you were saying in the freestyle about, they handed you the bronze and whatever, me and Kendrick. I just want you to understand something. You are genuinely, without a doubt, one of the greatest rappers to ever touch a mic. And I want to let you know, it's way too many people in the world that think and know that J. Cole is at top on the pole position. So don't listen to that shit. I love you with all my heart. You're my brother, one of my favorite artists, and I was a
From then on, this kind
He gonna cry in the car. That was Drake's way of finessing him into being on Drake's side for the day that when Drake tried to go at Kendrick, he'll have some company with him. So they were gonna try to jump him. That's what they were gonna try to jump. No, Drake had it in his mind. All right, boom, I'm gonna get close with Cole, then we gonna jump him. Yeah, let's jump him. That's what he was thinking.
kind of love fest was basically commonplace, cementing the idea that J. Cole was one person on the mic and another entirely away from it. He even praised Drake after First Person Shooter for not trying to smoke him on the track.
In that moment, he chose the song over the competition and what they gonna say, boom, boom, boom. Mm-hmm. And that takes like a level of egolessness. You're putting your ego to the side. Like, yo, I want to make the best song. Mm-hmm. For what we have available right now, I want to make the best song. You know what I mean? I will say that the tree and the cloth that I'm cut from and that he's cut from and that Kendrick is cut from, you expect that. You know what I mean? Like you coming up with maybe the music that you was making at 16 and like maybe just stepping into these other events. Yeah. I understand that you approaching it from a different mindset where it's like, yo, you're not really a part of like the culture of this event.
Yeah, we don't come from that.
Y'all don't come from that. And that's cool. I love that. I love that y'all don't. I love what y'all, but we do. Drake ain't looking at it like, I'm gonna take Cole fucking head off at some point. Nah,
That's exactly how he was looking at it. Y'all go look at First Person Shooter's video. Y'all see all them theatrics and stuff that Drake had did? That's his way. He didn't do it lyrically. He did it in a way so he could outshine you theatrically. You see, he had the statue of him and the blanket came off of the statue. You see what I'm saying? He knew what he was doing. He didn't want to go back and forth lyrically. That wasn't his way. He was going to outshine you. He outshined you with the beat switch, with the, yeah, I'm coming for him. I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming. You see what he did at the end of First Person Shooter? That was his way of outshining you. Cole didn't even get it. He's silly. He don't even get it. He's so focused on, I got Drake on the album, on the track with me. He my friend. Yeah. He don't even know what Drake is a snake. Drake, he don't even know he got bit. Silly self.
He come from that cloth.
Yeah.
So at some point in time, he gonna want his lick back. Like, oh, that's what y'all think? All right, bet.
But all that humility came back to bite him after the Like That era kicked off. Cole dropped 7 Minute Drill, a Kendrick diss that, honestly, didn't move the needle for most listeners. Then, instead of standing on it, he backtracked, saying the track didn't sit right with his spirit, and eventually deleted it off streaming platforms entirely. That one move set the internet on fire, disappointing fans and giving critics all the ammo they needed.
Now, in real life, if he, you know what I'm saying, if he wanted to be brothers, I could feel that. I understand that. But as far as hip hop, just strictly hip hop, this ain't not in real life. You fumble. You know what I'm saying? And in the hip hop lens.
Eventually deleted it off streaming platforms entirely. That one move set the internet on fire, disappointing fans and giving critics all the ammo they needed.
J. Cole committed career suicide. I don't give a fuck what he's saying on the fall off. And I'm a J. Cole fan. I'm deleting all your shit out my iTunes. I want all your posters off my wall. Nigga, I'm not fucking with J. Cole no more. I'm throwing all them fucking Pumas I got. I'm throwing all them shits away. You had some panties on last night, man. You had some boy shorts on under them fucking sweatpants. What you did last night, every nigga that's that nigga in the culture that you're in, trust and believe they looking at you a different way today. You can never come back from this. He gotta cut his dreads. He gotta go back to waves. Fuck letting Nas down. You let every nigga that's ever supported your career down last night. That's a fact.
Some even went as far to say that the way he handled it basically disqualified him.
Specifically to Cole, then don't rap about being the one. I'm not disqualifying him from being a great rapper and a great artist and somebody who's beloved and somebody
but you're saying, but you are simultaneously saying he is down a peg.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Bro, you can't say you're number one, and when somebody says, oh, I don't think you are, that's on your level, you go, I don't want this.
But yes, you spent many months, many records, many times saying that you are the GOAT. Matter of fact, the most recent time saying that there's a big three, and I'm Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is synonymous with the greatest in physical battle, Muhammad Ali, right? So you said that. Someone called your bluff, and you didn't want to. My real critique of J. Cole before his apology was going to be, I thought he overplayed his hand in 7 Minute Drill.
In the aftermath, a lot of Cole fans...
That joint was trash, man.
were left wishing he handled things differently. Because now, for the first time since the mid-2010s, his status as a Big Three member is really being questioned. If Cole stayed in this beef, the conversation would be very different. Although, J. Cole tried to explain his outlook on Port Antonio, where he claimed he didn't rap because he was in fear of losing his friends.
They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost the battle, dog. I would have lost the bro.
But in a genre where competition is everything, an explanation like that just didn't cut it. To many, hip-hop is a sport, and when you step off the court mid-game, your stock
shout out to Screwface, man.
drops. And now Cole has been getting disrespected in ways that no Big Three member ever should. That said, there's still a chance to turn things around. His long anticipated album The Fall Off is still on the way, and with all the hype surrounding it, it could be his shot at redemption. But it's clear that he's still as much of a relevant figure as ever, even though his enemies and doubters are now trying to capitalize on the weaknesses they see. This is why he's catching smoke from Kanye without even being visible in the public eye at the moment.
Changing gears here, Kanye West. Y'all know Kanye get on X and do his thing. So a fan was tweeting about J. Cole and posted J. Cole's verse that he did on Johnny P's Caddy with Benny the Butcher. And he was basically saying that J. Cole spared Kendrick by not getting into the whole battle.
Oh, God.
So insert Kanye West or...
Who said that? Kanye? Kanye's a hater. He need to go to therapy and deal with whatever he dealing with. Y'all know what he's dealing with. A couple days ago, he talking that talk. Ain't nobody cover. Kanye is looking for the next thrill. Kanye is like a real true. He need rehab. He really need a rehab facility, man.
Yay. He responded and said, I hate J. Cole music so much. It's like between Kendrick and J. Cole, I bet you industry plans asked J. Cole to diss Drake. Then we would have been accosted with a J. Cole Super Bowl commercial with no SZA song to save it. No one listens to J. Cole after losing their virginity.
Oh my God.
When I met up with Drake during Donda, most of the convo was me telling him he was hurting hip hop by giving J. Cole platform, and I was saying how much I loved Future.
Now, it's funny that the enraged Ye mentioned the Toxic King himself, because in the wake of Cole essentially forfeiting his position in the eyes of many fans, it leaves a vacant spot. And to some of the hip-hop audience, there's no more suitable candidate than Pluto. Real ones know that Future is number 2 behind Drake for the past 15 years, but he doesn't have the same commercial appeal as Cole and Kendrick. When you go outside, especially if you live in the South, you always hear Future in clubs, lounges, people's cars, etc. Future's catalog can go against anyone. This is from a user who was discussing why he thought Future should be in the Big 3 conversation. But while there is a notion that he should be occupying the position just behind Drake in the rankings, there are others, such as 21 Savage, who insist that when it comes to appealing to the streets, he is unequaled.
Niggas don't be listening to Drake like that. Well, if I wasn't a rapper, I don't feel like I still would listen to Drake for real. It's just I'm a rapper, so I understand the work he put in now, how hard he go.
Wait,
like
why
when
though?
you ain't no rapper, all them statistics don't mean shit. A regular street nigga don't give a
I'm telling you, talk that talk, man. Talk that talk, bruh. When you're a regular ninja, all them statistics and numbers, man, that's something that they trying to push on to us, man. Most people don't care about all them numbers and all. Yeah, the chart and this number 1 and number 2 and he's sliding on through the chart, man. Get out of here with that, man. You know, when you push them statistics on the people, you're really pushing an agenda for letting money rule who's number 1 or not. When you take statistics out, it's the people that's voting. You know what I'm saying? But when you leave it up to I mean not statistics as in an analytical point as in what the people think, but a narrative with numbers being tricked. Oh, this number say that. This backed up by who? This number says this, backed up by who? Yeah, when you push that it's all about the numbers, bruh. No. We ain't letting that slide, man. I'm spitting this shit. We ain't letting that slide, man. It ain't about the numbers. It's about what the people think. And look, what did I say? I'm what the people feeling. You understand?
Give a fuck about how many times you went number 1. Like how many white people listen to your shit, because they don't even think that them niggas, the farthest they think is the club. Who's selling this club out? That's who they think is the biggest niggas. Like in Atlanta, it's a lot of niggas who you really can't tell them Future ain't bigger than Drake.
Really?
On God, nigga. I used to think that. Drake ain't really no big mixtape artist like that. How you got all your Drake albums, you probably really went in the store and bought them motherfuckers. Every Future album I ever heard was a bootleg. Niggas was bootlegging it or going to live mixtapes. So when nothing was
man, Terror Discount Mall, man, I stayed in Terror Discount Mall at what is it, Morrow, Georgia, Jonesboro, Georgia. Oh man, they stay with a discount mall. Everybody selling fake CDs. Matter of fact, I used to sell fake CDs to people. Everything is bootlegged out there. Everybody got their little mixtapes. Wait, man, listen, man. It's a lot of swindling going on in Georgia, boy. I know it's a lot of swindling going on now. Check. We should take blank CDs, right? I used to have a stack of blank CDs. I used to go to every shopping center. Yo, we got them CDs. What's up? Come, we got the CDs. What you want? What you want? You got that new Kurt Franklin? You not new Kurt Franklin? Oh, let me see. New Kurt Franklin? I think that's in the car. Hold on. Let me go to the car right quick. I kept a magic marker. Just write Kurt Franklin on the CD. Killing them. Man, yo, I used to, bruh. But I repented from that. You know what I'm saying? I changed my life. I gave my life to God. You know what I'm saying? I don't do stuff like that no more. But I'm just going to show, I'm just backing up with 21 Savage saying, bruh, people didn't go in the store like academics. He probably ordered and all that. Ain't probably wasn't nobody doing that, man. Nobody doing that. But, you know, I gave my life to God and I don't do stuff like that.
The same or whatever, all that type of shit came out. Nigga ain't knowing how to get to that shit.
After 9 studio albums,
and that lets you know the statistics is fake. The analytics ain't right because most people, they not actually going in the store buying it. They ain't buying the junk.
Various collaborative projects and dozens of platinum plaques, Future has arguably earned his position as one of the true greats. Sure, there are some who have critiqued his lack of shift in subject matter, or felt that his refusal to evolve beyond his own sound limits him. But much like J. Cole, Future knows what he excels at and sticks with it. However, the idea that he should occupy a space in the Big Three isn't even a new idea. In fact, people like Charlamagne and DJ Vlad have been debating this position for years.
J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake. They are the bar. Remember when Jay-Z said, we used to argue all day about who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas? It's Cole, Kendrick, Drake. Those are the three.
I think that Future is hotter than Kendrick right now. And I would probably also say the Future is hotter.
You see, y'all got to check the nuances. Y'all got to listen to what these people, how they think. Hotter doesn't mean lyrical. Hotter means numbers. Hotter equates to numbers. Hotter. You got to check these people. They speak like serpents. You know how a serpent tongue it got two sides of tongue. It got two tongues. One come out. They speak. They double tongue. Hotter. That's not the same. It's not the same as lyrical. You know what I'm saying? It's not because Future, he did stay riding on people. He never took a break. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's out there. But what's the subject matter? What's the subject matter? Is he helping out the community? Nah, you don't. Nah, them lyrics ain't. We don't want our children hearing that. No, you ain't sprinkling no upliftment up in your lyrics. Nah.
Than J. Cole right now. Yeah, actually, I would say that. I'm gonna go ahead and say that.
That's not true. But no, you know what? Hot maybe. Because hot is relative. Hot means for the moment.
For the moment.
Told you, man. Hot is totally different. Hot is totally different from lyrical and that guy. Like, hot, you could get doused out. You could get doused if you're just hot. You could get doused out. But somebody that's really relevant and real and solid and people rock with, you can't just get rid of that.
Moment. Right now, people are checking for Future more than they are checking for Kendrick.
Yeah, but guess what? J. Cole and Kendrick have amazing catalog.
Kendrick has 2 albums.
And Section 80 mixtape.
Okay, fine.
You know what I'm saying? Kendrick's going on tour next month. J. Cole's been on tour all year. Like, J. Cole's platinum with no features, no single.
I understand that. But in terms of the impact, I believe that Future has more impact than J. Cole and Kendrick.
That's all they care about. The impact. What's out there? What is the money pushing? What's the money doing? Might care about that, man.
In this interview from 2015, Charlamagne seemed to think that there were limitations to his appeal that stopped him from really obtaining that spot. However, he acknowledged his impact on the culture and that rappers were beginning to take cues from the ATL rapper.
Future is getting into legendary status because of everything he represents, everything he stands for, like certain lingo, like motherfuckers is sending out pictures of Gucci flip-flops just to let niggas know I'm fucking your girl. Like, don't get me wrong, Future's getting into legendary status. And all these guys are getting into legendary status, but I see overall impact broader from Kendrick, Cole, and Drake. Because Future is still for the hood. Future is still for the street. Future's for the trap.
Now, 10 years down the line, Future's influence isn't a matter of discussion, but a simple fact.
I think the most influential artist actually of the past 10 years is Future. Most important, most influential to our sound today.
In the aftermath of the insane degree of longevity and the way he's altered the hip-hop landscape as we know it, this has made Charlamagne change his tune to the point that he argues for a Big 4 rather than a Big 3. This came after the milestone he achieved with We Don't Trust You.
Okay, Future has another #1 album. That is 9 #1s for him. If I'm not mistaken, that makes him the #5 or #6 rapper with the most #1s of all time. Am I making this up? I'm not making this up, right? If you really want to get a little spicy, Future could be in the Big 3.
You mean, so it's Drake, Future, J. Cole?
I would have Drake, Future, Kendrick. I would have Drake, Future, Kendrick, personally. The only reason I wouldn't put Future over Cole, because statistically, if you're talking about like numbers and all of that, Future's over Cole. But lyrically, if you're talking about Big 3, you gotta have Cole in the big three.
With his numbers and his contributions to the sound and style of the culture outweighing Cole's, it seems like Future is a strong candidate to be seen right alongside Dot, Drake, and Jermaine in basically every metric. The only notable difference is that they are all relatively bar heavy, whereas Pluto is all about a vibe. But even though he could be up there, it doesn't mean that he's campaigning for this position, as unlike artists like Kendrick and Drake, who seem intent on claiming the title of the greatest, Future just seems happy to be rich and relevant.
I'm happy as I shouldn't be. I shouldn't even be this happy. I'd be like, man, it's so much shit that about me that's not right. Man, why I'm this happy? I'd be like, man, I don't even, because it's just, I'm living my dream.
In terms of changing the sound of hip hop, Future's illustrious run in the mid-2010s is nearly untouchable. But there have been some who have taken his teachings and expanded on them, to the point that when you're talking about the biggest artists out right now, it'd be delusional to exclude them from that conversation. From the release of Rodeo in 2015 onwards, there have been few artists who've reached as much consistent love from the world as Travis Scott. From Birds in the Trap Sing Like McKnight to 2018's Astroworld, LaFlame seemed to be on a constant rise. After all, Astroworld debuted atop the US Billboard 200 with 537,000 album equivalent units. From then on out, it seemed like he was at the top of the world, and it took a major disaster to even briefly bring him down. Without going into too much depth, the Astroworld Festival disaster became a major blemish on his career, leading to companies like Nike momentarily backing away from him as they tried to establish where the blame should be laid. After laying low for a while after an apology video backfired, he settled hundreds of lawsuits relating to the situation and insists he is still haunted by it.
And who do y'all think should be the big three if we're taking J. Cole and Drake out? Who do y'all think could stand beside Kendrick? I don't think nobody can stand beside him. I don't care how much money you got behind you. And that's what we messed up the first time. That's how we messed up the first time. Letting these big wigs with all these billions of dollars just give it to somebody and push them. Oh, now they big without putting in no work. They ain't put in no work. Not saying that they ain't putting in work as far as going in there speaking the words and the rhymes in the booth, but you got ghostwriters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, at the concerts and everything. Yeah, cool. But what do you write? How are you uplifting the people? Are you connecting the dots all the way around, 360, full circle? No, I don't think nobody can stand beside him. It is rappers that we don't even know about putting in hard work. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Shout out to The Waste. I will leave a link in the description. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.